what my advice was to firstly create your own filter of what actions are good to do and which ones can wait right now. Hi, everyone. Happy New Year. It's great to be back. I've been really taking the last 2 or 3 weeks off just to spend time with my family, focus on them. I was planning to do some work in between, but it didn't happen. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, is it? So welcome back. I kickstarted my client calls today with a special longer session for all my clients where they could come. I gave them a tool to start planning and setting their goals, doing their review of last year, where they want to get to this year, and start putting all of that together. And then we had a session to go through that, give feedback, discuss plans, goals, learning, questions, all of that. There were many questions that came out of this, but one in particular that I thought would be helpful to share with the wider community, with you today, because I think probably quite a few of you have the same question. And I know it's something that I've struggled with in the past. And it's this idea of, okay, I know what I want to get done, but there's so much of it. How do I prioritize what gets done first? And how do I even find the time? Finding time is a whole nother area. I'm going to tackle that separately. But I wanted to talk to you about how to prioritize your goals and the actions you take, the steps you take towards achieving those goals this year. Because I think this is something that sends people into a spiral and going around, and then they end up getting nothing done and don't feel accomplished. And of course, then that doesn't help at all. So there are a few different aspects to this. So what my advice was to firstly create your own filter of what actions are good to do and which ones can wait right now. So that filter is based on your values. So what's important to you? Sometimes we have this idea of, I should be doing this, everyone else is doing that, maybe I should be doing that. But focus in on what's important to you and what's right for the impact and the results you're trying to get for your clients or your community. So start there. What feels right and in alignment with who you are, who you're growing into, the impact you want to have through your business, and how you want to be showing up for your community. So it has to feel right in alignment with those. So straight away, you can get rid of all of those things you're thinking I should be doing and focus on all those things that are the right things for you to do. They're going to help you get that result, that impact for your clients, your community, and start taking you in that direction, helping you start getting the growth that you want, the lessons that you want, and all of that. So this is the filter, and it's taking you all in that right direction. Now, sometimes we think, is this the right thing to do? Is this the right decision to make? But if you have that filter in place, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter almost whether you do this or that. If it's all in alignment with your filter, it's all taking you in that right direction, then maybe it's a case of, well, I do this now or that. It doesn't really matter, because whichever you do, it's taking you to the right place. So there is no right or wrong. It's all taking you to the right place. One way may take maybe quicker than another way, but sometimes we don't know that. Sometimes one way is direct and we get there smoothly. Another way is a little bit more of a curveball, because there are some lessons to learn along the way, but we can't know that before we do it. We can't know in advance which path is going to be longer and have the most lessons, but it doesn't matter, because it both take us where we want to go. So that's the first point. Have that filter in place. Know your goals, know your vision, know your direction, know the impact you want to have and the person you're growing into. And then does your goal or your activity fit into that? If it's a yes, brilliant. If it's a no, then that's definitely not something for now. Then which of those actions that are right for you do you do first? So there will be, if you list out all of these actions, there are going to be some on that list that you think, yeah, I can do that. I could actually get that done today. Or, you already have the skills, the tools, the knowledge, the resources, everything you need to get that done, then those are ones that you can get working on sooner. And there are going to be some of those goals or the activities on your list that you're not quite there yet. You don't quite have there's something missing. There's a gap to fill. There's knowledge to fill, resources to fill, time to have. There's something that you're not quite in a space where you can achieve that yet. So that will be a secondary action. Do the ones that you feel most able to first. And these are going to build your confidence, build your skills, build some momentum as well as you go, picking out I guess you could call it the low-hanging fruit in a way. So start with those goals that you feel most able to do, that feel accessible and possible right now. And also the ones that you feel in your gut you want to do, because that can really help make it, these ones that we think, yeah, I could do that. But if you don't really feel like it, if your heart's not in it, then maybe it's not the right time to do that. However, having said that, if you've put it through your filter and it's made it through your filter, then it should be something you're motivated to do, because it's taking you in the right direction, it's having the impact, it's in alignment, it's helping you grow, it's ticking all of those boxes. So in theory, if you've put these your plans through your filter, then everything on that list should feel something you're motivated to do. So then you want to look at, okay, well, which ones can I do right now? The ones that you feel they're a little bit of a stretch, you just want to ask yourself the question, well, what do I need to fill so it doesn't feel a stretch? What do I have? What do I already have access to? The tools, knowledge, resources, etc. And what is missing? What knowledge do I need? What resources do I need? And where can I get those? When you start to think about that, very often you'll see you're closer to many of the activities and goals and plans and things you want to get done than you first thought. You thought, oh, that's so much of a stretch. And you're like, well, hold on a minute. I have 80% of the things I need, and I'm just missing this little bit. I know exactly where to go to get that. I know exactly who in my network to turn to ask for help, or ask for some guidance here and some suggestions, or I know exactly what course to take, or I know exactly how to create the time I need for that, whatever it may be. So you start to feel, oh, actually that goal felt, or that activity felt like a bit of a stretch, maybe isn't so much of a stretch after all. So that can then become a secondary goal and so on. But always think, what's going to take me closer to my goal today? What can I be doing right now to take that next step, and so that you're making this progress? We talked about SMART goals on the call as well, and because one of my clients, she's like, well, I've got this goal, it's not SMART, but I kind of feel this. That's great. SMART goals have a place for your short-term goals, because you need to know what you're doing. I'm going to do this. You need to kind of know how are you going to do that, when are you going to do it, and what it's going to look like when it's delivered, so that you can actually get it done. But there are going to be some things that you kind of just have a feeling you want to go in that direction, or you'd like to do something, a collaboration, for example, but you might not know what that looks like just now, and that's okay. So don't stress over having all of your goals as SMART goals. Just the short-term things that you want to tackle, you want them to be SMART before you start, so you know what you're doing. But the ones that are a little bit further off, you can have that flexibility, run them through your filter for sure, to make sure that it aligns with your goals, who you're becoming, the impact. And I've said that all before, I won't repeat myself. But run it through your filter, and if it matches your filter, it doesn't necessarily need to be SMART. And there's this idea of DUM goals, and these goals are, the D stands for dream-based, so it's in alignment with your vision. It's taking you in that direction of the impact you want to have. The U stands for unifying. It brings together your values. It's in alignment with everything else that you're trying to create and be known for. It's in alignment with your brand. The M starts for method based. So you have some kind of thinking behind it. It's not completely random. You have a methodology that's going to help you take those steps and get things done. And then the B stands for behavior based. So it's taking you, it's helping you grow into the person teaching you some new skills that you can take with you on your way. So it's not quite so specific, but it's still, I guess it's very much an echo of the filter idea. So there may be some goals out there that you don't quite know how it's going to come together, and that is okay. It doesn't mean that they don't belong in your plans for the year at all. It just means that you need to have some more conversations, some more thinking, maybe working with a coach to help you refine those ideas. But it's okay if they're not crystal just yet. But before you take on any activity, those are the ones who want the SMART goals, the SMART approach to just to help you know what you're doing, and to have that right approach, and to not take too much time to do that, to really kind of focus and get it done and give yourself a deadline so that then you can celebrate. We like the celebrations part. That's usually where the champagne comes in. So hopefully that's helped you to understand a little bit more about how you can approach prioritizing your goals and getting things done. If this has resonated with you, let me know below. If you have any other questions around that, again, let me know in the comments below, and I'll pop back and clarify that, or give you some more advice in the comments directly. So hopefully that's helped. And yeah, but meantime, do let me know what's your big goal for this year. What are you working towards? How can I support you in getting that through this community this year? I'm planning. I really dropped off the radar and doing lives. I got a bit lazy last year. I'm committed to bringing that back. So I'm here for you. Let me know, what can I be doing to support you in achieving those goals? Where are your gaps, your questions? Where are you thinking, well, I'm not quite sure on this? Let me know. I'm here to support you. So here is to a fabulous 2023. Bye for now.